What's going on? So I heard about Billy Joel's brain disorder, which is the cancellation of his tours. Billy Joel, who's now 76, it's kind of hard to believe. And when you see a music artist for like half your life and you see them perform, sometimes you forget their age and also you forget what they've gone through. But having followed that man's career, because I was more into him back in the day, Big Shot era, My Life, Scenes from Italian Restaurant, New York State of Mind. That's the Billy Joel, my favorite era of him. Just the way you are, when he wrote those classic songs and he could just kind of like real melodic. And he went through a lot of stuff going on. But this here is impacting his hearing, his vision, and everything. Um, and it was talked about recently. So, I just was thinking like, wow, sometimes you forget um, what someone goes through because you just kind of like, it just kind of like doesn't probably like reflect what it was at the said time. So sometimes you're kind of like, and I don't want to say you're indifferent to it, but it's just kind of like it just hits you in a different way. And I think sometimes with someone like Billy Joel, you're kind of in the state of mind that he's been around and you just don't, but it has been noticeably different. I mean, it has definitely been like some physical ailments where you can tell that things done changed. Um, that the totality of him and the vibe of him is different. It's you remember what he was like, and it's kind of hard to take that into consideration at this junction, at this stage. So um, when we grow up with certain artists and people, we think at them forever, like in a day, and then that's the reality of how things change. And he's a good example of any because the guy been around forever and a day. I mean, one of the most important singer songwriters of the last 50 years. I don't think you can, not say that about his impact and what he's done. So, and you just hope that things turn out better for him for his life, more so than anything, because he doesn't, pardon me, have anything else to prove on what he's done as an artist. But he was touring, and he had to abruptly cancel it because of everything and with everything that's going on. So you just never know how these things are going to go. You're going to see so many artists that you grew up with eventually happen to retire or, make some changes because, it impacts everybody. It's a gift, but it's not meant to like for last forever, and also, it's about enjoying your days and your time. You worked hard for what you crafted. Now his tickets prices ain't gonna be cheap if when he was performing, but health is wealth. I had talked about that with a good friend yesterday. I was going for a walk, and I brought that up, which is a fact. I was out in the streets, and a buddy was coming through, and he was talking about it because that's just a fact. No matter who you are, how much money you got, So, and you're talking about a guy who was a Billy Joel, a very important artist, but hey, you got to have your health. Got to have your health. So, his brain disorder is affecting, and it's going to cause cancellation of tour, etc. But let's just hope that he gets better as a man, as a person, more than anything. So I just want to take time, send some thoughts and prayers his way on that. And yeah, a lot of memories of Billy Joel, a lot of memories, but mainly that he'll be healthy of everything he went through. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.